Good afternoon, Professor. Today we are going to discuss about the ethical conundrum of employee surveillance, privacy, productivity, and the human factor. So, starting with the introduction, employee surveillance is very appealing to employers. Without a doubt, they want to improve the efficiency of any asset, in this case, the employees. They want to make sure that they produce as much output as possible in the company's time. But on the other hand, it is very unappealing to the employees. They feel frustrated, they have ethical dilemmas, they are burnt out when they face excessive surveillance in the workplace. And thirdly, and the most importantly, it is an ethical and moral gray area. So it makes this topic very interesting to discuss about today. So, why is it appealing to the employers? First of all, that it is important to understand that what can't be measured can't be improved. And while employers are trying to improve the productivity of their employees, they don't know if the input they made to their employees have improved their productivity if there is no way for them to measure it. With the help of surveillance, they can easily measure it and therefore see the direct relation between their inputs and the matrix they want to check it against. And secondly, it provides the helpful boost in quality control and customer satisfaction. Every time we are on a call with any customer agent, we always on any helpline we always have a message before the call starts that the call may be recorded. And this is because the companies believe this helps them to maintain a quality baseline over all the customer interactions. And thirdly, which is an important point, especially in more sensitive companies like defense and space tech, that safeguarding companies' assets and sensitive information is also a very important task, and proper surveillance helps us to ensure this. But these were all the positive impacts of surveillance. Now let's discuss the negative impacts of surveillance. Employees who perceived higher levels of surveillance reported increased levels of emotional exhaustion and cynicism. This is very bad because these same emotions of emotional exhaustion and cynicism are related with job burnout, which is not good for both the parties, both the employees and the employers, because you don't want your employees to be productive over short term for 8 hours. You want them to be productive in long term. You want to make sure that they produce not good results not only for a day but for weeks, for months, for years. Now, this is the most interesting part of our presentation, discussing the ethical and moral implications of these kind of systems. So, employees have a right to maximize productivity. My bad. Employers have a right to maximize productivity. Individuals have a right to privacy. So, does a employer's right overrides the individual rights in this case? It seems so, but these are the very important questions that each employer and employee has to ask himself or herself, and even the state has to ask its its people and constitute some of the baseline protection against protection for employees against the corporations. So these were all the positive and negative points of employee surveillance. But if we want to actually implement it, we would have to go somewhere in the middle. As Aristotle said 2000 years ago, that the golden mean is always in the middle. Too much or too little of something always is not optimal. So, the golden mean here in the case of employee surveillance is the path of anonymous data collection. With the help of anonymous data collection, we respect their privacy because the data is not linked to any individual, while making sure that we are monitoring team performance, which provides us an opportunity to optimize the environment of work without reducing the morals of the employees, which comes with the situation in which the surveillance is way too much. So this is actually the best of both worlds. Both the employers and employees are happy in this situation. And to no one's surprise, this has been implemented by a lot of big companies. For example, Microsoft My Analytics, uh, uh, Microsoft My Analytics advises its users to take deep work sessions. Google GPause also advises its employees to take breaks to make sure that you are calm and collected when you do actually work. And Amazon Workwell takes another approach. It works with warehouse, while the first two companies were working with knowledge workers. And all of these companies make sure that their data is anonymized and not linked with any individual. So that's all for my presentation today. Thank you for listening. Thank you so much.